Hey y'all, come on in, give yourselves a hug. You all right? If you are tuned in right now, I want to let you know that you are a super dope person and we're excited to have you back once again. You know, on this podcast, we talk to absolutely, totally courageous people who share their personal stories of being survivors at life and in business. So today we have LJ the Joker.
LJ the Joker. Hottest nigga in the South. I'm here. I'm in the building.
I'm so excited to have you here. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you.
I'm honored.
I know you're very busy.
I'm honored to be here.
It's an honor.
It's an honor.
Well, welcome to the Bruised Flowers podcast. So you already know what we gonna talk about today. Well, not really. I'm just gonna ask you stuff, and you can just be candid, be free, be open. You're comfortable with answering anything?
Yeah, I'm comfortable.
Okay, so before we even start, y'all know I love my people from Dade County, Miami-Dade. So we have a Dade County official in here. Yeah. Say hi to your people, man.
What's good, Dade? You know what I'm saying? I've been in Duval a minute, but you know Dade is always gonna be home.
What brought you to Duval?
My parents actually. I feel kind of like slavery. You know how you didn't know you was going, it just made you go.
Yeah.
It's like that.
So how long have you been here?
I got a Duval like in 8th grade. I've been back and forth since, for real.
Do you miss living in the city of Miami?
Yeah. It's
why?
Culturally, and it's just a lot more stuff to do. Mm-hmm. A lot more stuff, like especially with young people. I think the arts is a little bigger in South Florida.
Of course. Art Basel, all the graffiti everywhere.
The artwork, the music, and not just like rap, like instrumentation, actually playing music, and then the cultures too, because it's not just you're gonna hear soca, you're gonna hear merengue and salsa music. Like, it's so much music, it's amazing. You hear the Bahamian steel drum. It's just a lot of music.
The reggae, of course,
obviously.
Yeah, of course. So I absolutely enjoy living in Miami. Of course, we're both here in Duval now, but how do you feel that Miami has helped you like be open-minded?
It's a melting pot, and living in Miami, you're just exposed to and live among so many different people that it's hard to know anything different. Like going to other places was a culture shock to see some of the division, because I grew up around so many different people.
Yeah.
Went to school with a lot of different people, hung out with a lot of different people, went to events and festivals with different people. So it was just it's just different to see like people be segregated or isolated in a sense.
You feel like it's more segregated here in Jacksonville?
I think northern Florida is a little more segregated. You know, I feel like they're getting in a space where they're trying to diversify. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of being able to attract the right people to the city to really help it blossom and grow.
Well, how do we do that? Attracting the right people, and who are the right people that can help the city grow and blossom, in your opinion?
I think diversity is key. So if you just attract the same people we already got here, we're going to be limited in much growth to come from that. But if you just make it more welcoming for different cultures to come in, that'll allow the city to grow a lot, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. I just think right now the city is restricted and limited because it's a limitation of perspectives and mindsets that's trying to guide the city forward. There's not enough voices in the room with contrasting opinions or different ideas, I feel like, in a sense.
Okay, with the contrasting ideas. Okay, we got a thinker in the building. We got a whole thinker in the building. Okay, so you're an artist, correct?
I am.
What else? Because I know you have so many more talents than just being an artist.
I'm a music artist. I'm a songwriter. I do some acting. I've done some modeling. I do artist development. We work with artists. We teach them how to rap, how to record, how to perform, stage presence, PR training. I'm usually active in the community too. I got some friends that are political candidates, like LJ Holloway running for Congress, and Sean Nix running for city councilman. So
we got to get them on the pod.
Yeah, definitely.
We got to get them on the pod. Y'all hear that? We're going to get them on the pod. But anyway.
First.
Okay. Well, since you are an artist and you just said something that sparked a question, you said you do artist development and PR training. Like, I don't hear many upcoming artists getting that anymore. Do you think that's a lost, skill in the music industry?
I definitely think it's a lost skill. I definitely think it's a lost skill right now because we live in a microwave society. Everybody's buying into this ideology of success immediately, and they kind of skipping some steps. Like the hard work is the work you put in helps develop you as an artist, whether it's in the recording process, the songwriting process, or with regards to like the live performance. Like, you got a lot of artists who are hitting stages trying to do performances who've never even seen a performance. Like, you've never seen a great show. Like, you have nothing to model it after. You just winging it. And I feel like because of the urgency that society puts on everything, that's why they're not having these experiences. And plus, Jacksonville don't have enough festivals here.
Well, bring some festivals here. You already have something like that in the works?
I'm here. That's a festival.
So what do you do within the community?
Man, mentor, a lot of mentoring. We initially used to have a strong push and focus on helping develop and grow Black business. That was before we got so busy with our personal endeavors. And we do chess. We try to get youth involved with the studio just to teach them about it. Fred Taylor says something that I love on I Am Athlete, not a pivot, but he says exposure leads to expansion. So we always trying to expose and expand the mind frame. And also, like, I got a passion for talking to troubled youth too, especially boys, just knowing what some of I guess some of the issues they may face, or some of the decisions and choices that may lie ahead, and knowing like what this path leads to and being able to speak to them firsthand. So,
that's dope. So you're a chess player because you teach the youth, you teach people in the community how to play chess, correct? You just said that.
Yeah, I'm a chess player.
What got you into chess? I'm learning so much about chess right now, and I have to ask everybody who I come across, do you play chess? And what has it done for you? I see you adjusted yourself in your seat.
I'm trying to think what's a good, because it's levels to chess, right? So somebody introduced me to how the pieces move. Then somebody else introduced me to like actually really putting thought into the moves I'm making. And then later on, somebody else introduced me to what I feel like probably took me to the highest level of chess. And it was a homeless guy actually, and he the one who really taught me how to play like a lot of moves ahead. People say it, and I think it's a cliche statement, but it's a few people who can actually do it. But chess is a thinking game. Chess is a thinking game, and it teaches you to think before you act. Especially when you play at a high level, like it's a thing that guys in prison do called touch and move. Like if you touch that piece, you gotta move it. So if you rush and touch a piece and it's a bad move subsequently because you ain't think it through, you still gotta make it because you rushed to touch it. So what you do is you learn not to rush to touch the piece.
I'm sorry. That's a bar right there. Can you say that again? I like that.
You just you learn not to rush to touch the piece. So you take your time and think it out, play it out first in your mind, and then you actually act it out on the board.
So you're saying that don't ever rush into anything. Don't ever rush into anything.
At least give it some thought. Give it some thought.
Okay. So you said you learned this in prison. You went to prison?
Nah, I was there visiting on the weekend. I definitely went to prison. For
how long?
7 years.
7 years.
Yes.
That's older than my youngest daughter. Wow.
Life season.
Wow. Well, were you playing chess before you went to prison?
Yeah, I knew how to play before I went to prison. I didn't realize how good I was until I got in the environment. It's a lot of highly skilled chess players in prison. That's when I started realizing, like, kind of serious with it.
So what was some of the decisions that you made leading up to you becoming incarcerated?
Like what? Like that led to me becoming incarcerated?
Yeah.
Breaking the law. It's really simple. It's certain things you do. It's not hard to go to jail. Breaking the law is one of them because it creates the opportunity for yourself to be arrested. So if you don't do anything that creates opportunities for them to arrest you, it's really hard for them to arrest you. And that's not to say that, obviously we know the society we live in, there's still some BS going on.
Yeah.
They trumping some stuff up, but for the most part, if you just don't do certain things and put yourself in certain situations, certain consequences can't follow through behind that.
So 7 years. In those 7 years, did you ever have a thought that came to you every single day while you were while you were there on the weekends, chilling?
Yeah, get out. Everybody in jail think about getting out.
Did you work on a plan to get out?
I worked on a plan for when I did get out. Yeah, yeah. Because at the time I went in, I was young, and I had a lot of my friends were going to school and doing things that would allow them to improve their quality of life. And I just knew that because of the amount of time I had gotten, that I had to make sure I prepared myself for the world that would exist when I came out.
How did you prepare, like mentally, physically, emotionally? How did you break out of the thought that you were going to be here for the next 7 years? Like, what kept your mind in there?
In prison, they had a saying they used to tell guys. They used to be like, don't worry about the outside world. You can't do nothing about it, don't worry about it. But I told guys, like, excuse my friend, like, bro, that's some bullshit. Don't subscribe, because if you forget the outside world, you become institutionalized.
Ooh.
Whatever it is that's out there that motivates you, that inspires, hold on to that, bro. Don't let that go. So when I'm in there, I'm learning stuff that I never paid attention to. Like, before I went to prison, I never listened to the radio, just all CDs. And so there's no point listening to the radio. Now I'm in there, I'm listening to the radio, and I'm learning what constitutes a radio hit. Like, what's a radio single? The whys. Why is this track working? Why is this track successful? Why is it getting heavy rotation? I started learning about the business. So now it's beyond me just being able to rap as a skill set. Now it's me being able to look into rapping as a viable career choice. Like, understanding how the money moves. What different ways can I make money? And it just start really pressure. Understanding branding. Like, y'all see my name on everything. And this light work right here, because like when I say my name on everything, it's on everything.
What else is your name on?
Tablecloth, retractable banner, life-size cutout, shirts, all kind of clothes.
Do you feel like your name being on everything represents something, or you're leaving a legacy? Like, what is putting your name on everything do for you?
I can walk into a room and say nothing, and everybody who see me in the room will know who I am. If you don't know nothing else, you'll be like, LJ the Joker. I don't know what he do, but he was there.
I like that. Leave your mark on the world. That is amazing. So while you were incarcerated, sorry to keep talking about this, but I'm interested.
I'm free now, so we're good.
Okay, good. That's right. You know what? Give yourself a hug right now for being free. Come on, man. She's
talking about hug yourself.
Hug yourself for freedom. I did 10 days, and listen, I didn't think I was gonna make it. So, you know what? You the GOAT. Because some people will lose their mind after 10 days, after 1 day. So,
you know what it is though? Like, they say God works in mysterious ways. Mm-hmm. And it only took 10 days for you to get it.
That's it.
Yes.
It took one night for me to get it.
It took a little more for me. I was hard. It took a little more for me to get it.
Did you get in trouble while you were in there?
It's hard not to get in trouble when you're in there. Because despite what you see on TV, you could get in a lot of trouble for just doing the right thing.
Elaborate.
Like, guys like myself who in there, like, getting your act together, creating plans, educating other brothers, encouraging brothers to read, you're a threat to the establishment. You're a threat to job security. Like, these people depend on recidivism. They need these people to come back, because a lot of people who work in these prisons, these country towns, don't have no education for real. They struggle to count to 72. It's 72 people in the door, and they be getting it wrong. So, like, this a lifeline for them in a sense. So when you start educating brothers and putting brothers in a position where they could get out of here and do something different with their life, you're a threat to the institution. So I've been to confinement 5 times. Just standing for what I believe in, just making sure that brothers knew, like, you don't got to take that. Like, I'm here, but underneath these clothes, I'm still a man. You're going to respect me. Same way I respect you.
Oh, I felt that. That's real man talk right there. That was strong. You felt that, huh?
I lived that, yeah. I lived that.
That's awesome. So while you, I read something on you that you went to a concert when you got out, right? You seen a video while you were incarcerated. You were in the dorms watching music videos, and it was a band that inspired you.
Yeah.
So tell us a little about that. Like, I want to be there. Tell us all about that.
So me and my spouse went to a concert that was at the football stadium at Everbank. Well, actually TIA Field. Don't sue me. Before I went to prison, I only listened to rap and R&B, really. Maybe some classical stuff, but not a lot of rock or country music. This stuff I discovered while I was incarcerated. And I was in the day room one day watching TV, and I seen this video by Fall Out Boys for this song called Centuries. And the words hit me first. The visual was amazing, but the words hit me first, because he's like, some legends are told. Sometimes the dust turns to gold, but you're going to remember me for centuries. Like, no matter what. Like, when I leave this, man, like, my name going to live on forever because of the impact I made on the world. So, I happened to have the opportunity to attend the Mega Hella tour when it was here, and I was able to see them performing live, and it was monumental for me, because the song, like, this song I'm listening to in prison, knowing that when I get out of here I'm gonna make an impact on the world. Like, y'all gonna remember me for centuries. Like, I ain't here today, going tomorrow. Like, when I'm gone physically, my name gonna carry on.
Wow, that's beautiful. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little emotional. That's powerful. And that stood out to me, so I wanted to definitely have you elaborate on that. Wow. Songs can change your life. Music
is powerful.
Music is powerful. It's triggering. Like, so even the little bass you hear outside right now, that could be something that's inspiring to somebody else. So that story is beautiful. So share that with as many people as you can. I also know that you do a lot in the community, and you work with children, and you support Black businesses, and you're really into helping develop young Black men, right? So, yeah. Okay, so why is it so important for you to invest your time into, the young people of today? Why is it important for you to shine light on Black businesses? Like, what does that do for you?
I don't know if it does much for me, but I just know I got a responsibility to make the world a better place than it was when I came, right? Mm-hmm. So the children are the future. I know what it was like to be a kid. It's a lot of lessons I didn't get that could have affected the trajectory of my life, in a sense. So it's a lot of miseducation you get as a young boy, especially coming from where I come from. It's a lot of information that you trust adults when they're giving it to you, not knowing that this person been scorned, this person been hurt, or this person been through something traumatic. And instead of them understanding the trauma, they kind of putting it on you, in a sense. Mm-hmm. And they giving you bad advice and bad information. Like, we live in a society where a lot of times marriage doesn't hold the same value that it once had in the world, especially in American culture. Whereas once upon a time, a man understood his responsibility was to build a family, to take care of that family, and to try to help grow, establish, and build something with your family. So now a lot of guys who've been hurt in relationships are teaching young dudes, like, boy, don't get married. Mm-hmm. Boy, stay a player, stay true to the game. Like, that's all bullshit. That's some bullshit ideology, but it stemmed from somewhere. And it stemmed from pain that they don't understand. And instead of them trying to understand the pain, figure it out and heal from it, instead of pass down bad advice from bad experiences. So it's important to educate make sure these young brothers really know what's going on in the world.
Do you believe that kids should go to therapy?
I'm not a big fan of therapy.
Why not?
Because I listened to Charlamagne the God talk, and he sound like a therapist. Mm-hmm. Like, you go too much, you don't even sound like an individual no more. You just sound like a therapist clone. And I hear him talk, he sounds exactly like a therapist. So now I'm questioning whether, like, are these your thoughts? Or these are thoughts you feel like you should have because of what you learned in therapy? I think people need to talk about stuff. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you need to go to therapy to do it. You might need to choose a better circle of friends to have these conversations with. So maybe you don't feel judged, or maybe you don't get bad advice in return. But I don't know if therapy is the answer. All they do is listen.
But what if your friend group or the people that are in your immediate environment have the same mindset as you, or are going through the same experiences? Like, how do you break out of that mode? How do you find healing if everybody is kind of on the same wave?
I was in prison. All of us are in the same environment, but we're doing different stuff. So no matter what environment you find, everybody ain't gonna be on it. Somebody is like, even if you catch guys who did wrong stuff, like say it's 5 kids together, 3 of them steal, 2 of them, like, under no circumstances, they ain't stealing shit. Like, they don't care what you do. Like, we don't do that. Ain't our thing. So we have to start figuring out how we better choose our friends, because a lot of us got friends through close proximity. We friends because you my neighbor. We friends because we had the same class in high school. We friends. Like, a lot of people ain't picking friends based off of character. Mm-hmm. I like how you think. I like how you view the world. I like how you carry yourself. I like what you value. We should be friends. The way people normally would forge good business relationships or good marriages. We're just going with the friends that's closest to us. I smoke cigarettes. You smoke cigarettes. Hey, you cool. I needed a cigarette. You gave me a cigarette. We friends now.
Well, that's pretty simple. Well, yeah, I get it. So, since it always is somebody out of the pack that has, sticks to their kahunas or whatever they believe in, do you feel that it is impossible for lions like yourself to run with sheep?
I think that a lion can be around a sheep. It's a respect thing. If I'm a lion, you're a sheep, but I can respect your right to be a sheep, we're gonna be fine. If you a sheep and you respect my right to be a lion, we'll be fine. I think that the problem occurs when, as a sheep, you feel like what I naturally do as a lion is wrong. This is a problem, because now it's a lack of respect. Because you don't eat animals and hunt and chase animals down, now you want me to not hunt and chase animals down and eat animals, but this is what I do naturally. So you want me to go against my nature to make you comfortable or as a matter of convenience for yourself. So when the respect is not there for who we each are individually, we can't coexist not like that. It ain't gonna work.
So applying that to your friend group, you feel like sheeps are around?
No, ain't no sheep around. Listen, we respect people's rights to be a sheep. But if I'm a lion, we eat sheep. Why would I? Could you really trust me to be your friend, knowing that we eat sheep? It's just a matter of time before nature kick in, and you like that. You don't want to be friends with a lion, and you a sheep. Might not be in your best interest.
Oh, it's a good analogy, guys. Y'all might want to listen. You might want to listen.
And then sometimes, like, if you are a lion, and it's a situation where you gotta move like a lion, a sheep not gonna understand it. They gonna try to talk you out of it.
Ooh.
Well, if you talk to another lion, they're gonna, oh yeah, you gotta
Get
understood. It's like being business minded and trying to talk to somebody who isn't business minded or doesn't understand business. They think certain stuff is crazy.
Yes.
Why would you do that?
Yes.
You gonna pay that for marketing? They'll pay it for a bag, some shoes. But they don't understand why we would pay it for marketing. So it's just the mindset is too different.
That's all we was trying to say. The mindset is different. So get around people with the same mindset or who are actively doing what you are trying to do.
Or people who respect your right to move how you move.
Ooh.
If you could just respect my right to move how I move and I respect your right to move how I move, we could coexist, no problem. Because I ain't going to tell you what to do. I might give you some advice that you're free to take or free not to take, but I'm not going to try to impose on you. And that's why the respect is important.
I got a question for you. Do you consider yourself to be a bruised flower?
That's a good question.
Thank you.
In all honesty, it wouldn't be fair for me to sit up here and say, no, I don't got no bruises. I mean, I went to prison, and prison takes a toll on your mental. It takes a very heavy toll on your mental. It affects you in a lot of ways that when you do the kind of time I did, you don't realize how much you're affected until time progresses and you out. Like I deal with heavy situations differently than a lot of people. In prison, dudes don't cry. So people die around me and I just kind of take it on the chin. For 7 years, you don't cry. 7 years, you don't say good morning. Like you just walk around with the niggas saying good morning. You get out here in the regular, people think something wrong with you. Like, you don't never speak. But they don't know, like for 7 years, I ain't say good morning to nobody. What is good about this morning? We are in prison. You see a dude, you go right in the convo. Hey boy, you read that book? Ain't no good morning, no greetings or no day. So out here in the regular world where people do it frequently, you don't even know that you don't do it. Somebody pointed out, I mean, you don't never speak in the morning. What's wrong with you? And you just didn't know. If you go to confinement, as many times I had, you comfortable being alone. Because when you go, you're there for long periods, 30 days, 45 days here, 10 days, like, you just get comfortable being alone, which is odd because we created for companionship.
Exactly.
So it's weird to be a person who could be about, like, people think something wrong with you. But it's just the effects of the circumstances and the environment.
So do you still think that you're like a beautiful person? Or
Yeah.
you feel hardened or damaged at all? Like,
I was hardened before I went. Like, life had already made me hard in a sense. I think that prison deprive you of a lot of emotional experiences. So a lot of times when we come out and we have emotional experiences, they probably overwhelming some of the people that's around. Like guys who've been incarcerated a long time, they probably love hard. If they angry, they probably really angry. If they happy, they're really happy. If they cry, they probably gonna do a lot of crying. Just gonna be exaggerated because a lot of times I think the best word to describe guys who've been in prison, like women will probably be like, he clingy. But without understanding that, depending on the time, like if he did 3 or 4 years, this man might have had 20 hugs in 3 years. Wow. Something that a lot of people take for granted. Be like, oh, don't hug me. And this a nigga that's dreaming of getting a hug. So it affect you a lot.
Well, you're still an amazing person. You're still beautiful, Mr. Model. I'm glad that you're out and you're doing your thing. Next question. Let me see what I can get done. If you could never do anything else but what you're doing right now, and you couldn't pay your bills, would you still do it?
Would I still rap? I've been rapping. I was rapping before I could ever pay a bill with it. For a long time. It took a long time before I could ever pay a bill. It took a long time before I ever got paid doing it. So yeah, like this, music is my passion. So even if I couldn't get paid, I would still be doing music.
So some people have a passion for music and some people have a true talent. So how long have you been doing music?
Since I was a kid.
So it's truly a passion. So you never have to be paid again to perform, to train a new artist, anything like that.
No, I gotta get paid. But it's still a passion. It's still a passion. I need to get paid for, when you get compensated working with a new artist, I'm being paid for my time and I'm being paid for the stress management level. Because artists like kids in a sense. So sometimes you gotta babysit them, gotta hold their hand. I gotta make you rehearse, make you come to the studio, keep checking up on you, see if you made them adjustments to that song that I told you to make last week. Like, so that's what you paying me for.
Being a babysitter.
Just making sure, accountability partner. Just making sure that you're on point.
I see you, chess player. You choose your words wisely. I see that. It's that Dade County right there. Y'all slick. Y'all real slick. Okay, so now we can get to some juicy stuff. Do you have kids?
I have no kids. That's probably surprising.
Wow, that's amazing. Do you want to be a parent?
Yeah. I'm active. I'm a parent. I just don't have no kids.
So do you instill, do you sit down and have talks with the kids, putting those values inside of them? Definitely. What's the number one thing that you would tell a child right now? If you could tell yourself as a child something, what would it be?
You could do anything if you're willing to work hard. I would. I won't set an unrealistic expectation. I think everything is possible, but I won't tell them. I'll never allow my child to think something is automatic.
Do you think you should pay kids?
No.
Why not? You teaching them.
That's why I'm not paying. You should be paying me. I don't think you should pay kids. I think that if your skill set or your knowledge of what it is you're doing is high enough, that is justified. But I'm not just paying you for the sake of paying you. So you could be like, oh, I should be getting paid. You don't know enough. Like, we don't have interns no more. Intern was you paying your dues to learn the skill set that could really change your life. Like, why should I pay you to teach you something that could change your life?
I never heard of kids being described as interns.
Well, they call them workers. Because when you're an intern, the intern is a proper name for it.
Yeah.
But you're really doing the work.
I like that.
But
That's
the work
different.
is the experience. And you see it, like you go to this corner store, and it's not uncommon to see somebody got their kids in the corner store working. It's not uncommon to see somebody's kids in the family business. Like, they ain't getting paid. You paying your dues. But if you pay attention and you learn, when you get older, you'll be in a good position.
Some good stuff right there. As an entertainer and an entrepreneur, do you feel like if you get into a relationship, I don't know if you're in a relationship or not, I won't ask, but if you're in a relationship, do you feel like it can be a hindrance to you elevating to the next level in your career? Why, or why not?
I think anybody who's in a relationship, who is pursuing a career. I think depending on the partner and the nature of your situation, it could complicate things. It just depends. Like if I was in a relationship and I had an insecure partner, it'd be really hard to date entertainment. Like I told you, I do modeling, fashion shows, women everywhere, performances, some of them strip club, regular club, women everywhere. So I couldn't date an insecure woman. I can only date a woman who's confident in herself and secure in herself, and who would trust me and allow me to go into these environments, or be willing to come in the environments with me and just see like what's going on like that. But like a regular woman who probably been through something with some dude dogging out or something like that, like, no, it ain't gonna work.
I agree. Because it's like, I know you're probably in the studio late hours and you're not home, you're not available to answer the phone. Like, how do you ease the stress on an average woman or an everyday woman, and outside of somebody else being in the entertainment industry?
I just unavailable to answer the phone. Like, can't never answer the phone. That's questionable. Like, eventually I gotta be able to at least text you, call you. Like, it ain't that much work in the world. But yeah, I keep some crazy studio hours, and I mean that. Like, I might go to the studio at 3 a.m. and leave out at 8. Like, sometimes I might go in the middle of the day, or regular evenings. It's sporadic. But I trust the creative nature, so I let it guide me. But if you involve me, like, you understand that, because we're probably around each other creating. I'm probably around letting you hear bars or playing 1,000 songs for you.
Being annoying.
Dating an artist is a different kind of thing, because it's an overload, because I do music and I'm excited about the music, I'm passionate about the music, and you my partner, like, I'm gonna share everything with you. So sometimes it might not be the most convenient time. You might be watching one of your favorite shows and I come in from the studio like, listen to this. I don't even wait for you to pause the show or nothing. I just go to playing it.
That's that artist energy. Like, you gotta get it out your head.
Listen to this. And the show you watching might be at a high point in the show. Might be something climatic going on. You've been waiting all day to get to this point. Here I come like, hey, pause this shit. Listen to this. That's fire, huh? You trying to figure out what's gonna happen to such and such. But that's it come with the territory.
You have any like crazy studio stories? Because my husband was an audio engineer. Well, he is an audio engineer, and I used to hear crazy like studio stories of like artists taking their clothes off and recording like that. Like, give us something.
To be honest, I'm probably not the funnest artist to be in the studio with if you're a person who just goes for the environment and the crowd. Cause I ain't drinking, I ain't smoking. Like, I approach the studio like a lot of people who serious in their careers approach work. Like, when I come in here, it's to take care of business, so I kind of eliminate a lot of distractions. And I come in, head down my engineer, we just grind it out. So ain't gonna be too many exciting stories of me like, you shouldn't even be able to make it into the studio to be able to take your clothes off in the first place. So we ain't doing that.
Well, I tried, y'all. I tried to get a good studio story, but was there anything that you feel like I could have asked you to dive deeper?
To dive deeper?
Got him stumped.
I don't know what
Anything else you want anybody to know about you? What's your social media?
Yeah, y'all can follow me at LJDAJOKER. That's LJ the Joker. And you gotta say like LJ the Joker.
LJ the Joker.
You gotta make sure you say it right. And y'all check the music out, man. Got an anthem for the Jaguars, Big Cats. Got a hot single on the way. I can't really say. It's called Can We, but I can't really say too many details. But shout out to Blake Neal. Also, man, we're shooting a lot of visuals. It's been a great year. A lot of shows. Been getting booked up left and right. Been fortunate. And yeah, there's so much going through my mind. I don't even know all to tell them. Check out some of the movies I've been in. Sample Love, Soul Hood.
All around creative. Well, this was very fun. I appreciate you coming. So before we end this, I always like to have our guests leave the audience with a positive affirmation or something that can be impactful, that can stick with them. So is there any piece of advice that you can leave the people, like bless them so good right now? so they can remember LJ the Joker.
This petty, right? But I just was watching Tyler Perry new movie, right? And the uncle said something I thought was profound. It's short and sweet. He's like, in the morning, the sun will come. If the morning come and you don't see the sun, he like, you ain't make it. Nah, I just think that as an individual goal, the goal should be to be a blessing to everybody you come in contact with. If we operate from that space of love and a concern and care, understand that it does take a village to raise a child, and understanding that a community consists of families, and we get back to building strong families so that we can build strong communities, like we could really change the world.
Wow. Well, can't close it out any better than that. So you guys, thank you for tuning in. I'm so excited that LJ the Joker came by.
LJ the Joker.
Oh, before you spit us something real quick.
Something like what?
LJ the Joker stuff.
What y'all want? Something positive, something deep? Like, what are we doing?
It don't matter. Whatever comes to your heart and your
Any
head
suggestions?
first. Nope.
I done said all this deep stuff. Now I'm finna rap some club stuff. Let's see. This is so look. This is a difficult request you're making because there's so much music. So now it's like, what should I rap?
We like to be inspired here. We like to hear people's stories. Like, you are a survivor at life and in business. Like, that's so amazing.
So
you still have your mind.
I do, I'm gonna do the third verse off Who Cares, because it's one of my favorite verses. I say, little boys need hugs, baby girls need kisses, guidance, words of comfort, uplifting, educate our youth so they can soar through school with their heads held high like eagles in the sky. Stop cussing them out and stealing with black pride. Let them know it's more to life than repping your side. Talk about this world and this crooked legal system, how politicians is mean, trying to send our youth to prison. Help them develop dreams and start achieving their goals, whether it's going to college or playing a little ball. Talk about life, how don't nothing come easy. Believe me, used to trap or die like Jeezy. Many nights spent searching for days out, did what I had to do just to make it through the drought. I talk about my life so y'all can learn from my mistakes. I care enough to want to see you live a better way, and that's real. LJ the Joker.
Y'all clap it up for LJ the Joker. That was fire. You hear the crowd?
Definitely hear the crowd. Hear the crowd and see the lights.
Thank you for that. I love that. Thank you for being open. Thank you for being super dope. Like, thank you for coming through.
Thank you for having me out.
For sweating it out of here, because it's pretty hot, y'all. We sweating today.
You got the hottest nigga in the South in the building.
Okay, lighten up the room. As well, we're gonna wrap this up. If you guys want to leave us a review, we like 5 stars. We don't have anything to sell you, but if this episode resonated with you, please share it out to anybody who you think it can resonate. Even if you don't think it could resonate with them, share it anyway. We appreciate all your love and support. We're available on all platforms: YouTube, Spotify, Apple, everything. So go follow us, like us, and we'll check you out next Tuesday. Bye.